Hey everyone, today we're going to tune into a revolution that's happening, well, kind of quietly, right on your car radio. It might seem like the same old FM we've had forever, but the technology behind it, it's going through this massive shift, moving from those giant towers right into the cloud. So let's get into it.
We all know this site, right? The classic radio tower, beaming out our favorite tunes. And for about half a century, the basic idea really hasn't changed. But what if I told you that the signal coming from this very tower is now part analog, part digital, and the whole system is being completely rethought from the ground up?
And that brings us to radio's big digital upgrade. Now, this isn't about replacing FM radio, not at all. It's about adding a powerful new digital layer right on top of it. It's a hybrid approach, and it's called HD radio.
Okay, so the really clever bit here is that phrase, in-band on-channel. That's the secret sauce. What it means is that HD radio uses the exact same frequency your old radio tunes into. It's broadcasting the classic analog signal and a brand new digital one all at the same time. It's brilliant, really, because it means your old car radio still works just fine, but a new one can unlock all these cool new features.
And this visual shows you exactly how it works. So think of that traditional analog FM signal as the main event, right there in the center. HD radio then just tucks these new digital signals, these sidebands, on either side. It's kind of like adding new lanes to a highway without ever closing the original road. And these new lanes are what carry all the new digital audio and data without needing to find a new spot on the dial.
So what does this actually mean for you, the listener? Well, it means multicasting. Because of all that extra digital space, a single station, let's say 98.5 FM, can now broadcast multiple channels at once. You get 98.5 HD1, which is a super clear digital version of the main station, but you might also get an HD2, an HD3, maybe even an HD4, all playing totally different stuff. More choices, same frequency.
Now, getting this hybrid system to work flawlessly is, well, it's an incredible feat of engineering. For your radio to switch between that analog and digital signal without you even noticing, everything has to be perfectly, and I mean perfectly, in sync.
And here's the fundamental challenge. The analog signal, it gets from the studio to the transmitter almost instantly. But the digital signal, it has to go through a whole process. It has to be encoded, checked for errors, modulated. The whole thing takes about 8 seconds. So how on earth do you make those two signals line up?
The solution is just so simple and so clever, it's almost funny. The engineers basically make the analog signal wait. They deliberately delay the analog audio for about 8 seconds so that it arrives at the transmitter at the exact same moment as its fully processed digital twin. It's like a movie director yelling action 8 seconds early for one actor, just so they're in perfect sync with the other one.
And the precision they need is just, wow. The margin for error here is plus or minus 68 microseconds. To put that in perspective, that is 1/5000th of the time it takes you to blink. If they're off by any more than that, you'd hear this weird echo or a phasing sound as your radio tried to blend the signals. It has to be absolutely perfect.
But it's not just about timing. Engineers also have to nail what's called level alignment. They have to make sure the volume of the analog and digital signals are matched to within 1 decibel. Why? So you don't get that annoying jump in volume when you drive under a bridge and your radio has to switch from digital back to analog for a second. It's all about making the tech completely invisible.
All right, now this is where things get really futuristic. All of that complex engineering we just talked about, it's now moving away from dedicated hardware and into the cloud. This is the next giant leap. And it's not just about the signal itself, but about where that signal is actually created.
So this is the old way. Just look at it. Every single transmitter site had a room packed with specialized, expensive, and really complex hardware. Every single one of these boxes had to be installed, managed, and maintained right there, on site. You can imagine what a logistical headache that is.
And now, here's the new way. All that heavy lifting, the encoding, the processing, the creation of all those HD channels, it all happens in one central data center, up in the cloud. Then, that perfectly finished signal is just sent over the internet to the transmitter site. And all that's needed there is a little bit of equipment to turn it back into radio waves. It's a huge shift from complex and spread out to simple and centralized.
So why is this such a big deal? Well, for the broadcasters, the benefits are huge. They get this incredible flexibility. You want to spin up a new HD channel? You can do it almost instantly. Everything can be managed from one computer screen. And the transmitter sites become way simpler, more reliable, and a whole lot cheaper to run. This is a massive takeaway for the future of broadcast engineering.
Okay, so we've talked about the amazing engineering and the big shift to the cloud. But what does all this techie stuff actually mean for you, when you're just driving to work?
The payoff is a much, much smarter radio experience. You're going to get even more choices with all those new HD channels. Your radio screen will come alive with stuff like album art, song titles, and even real-time traffic updates that talk to your car's navigation. And, this is really important, it allows for way more advanced and detailed emergency alerts.
This quote really just nails it, doesn't it? We're seeing a true convergence. That line between traditional over-the-air broadcasting and internet media is getting blurrier and blurrier, creating these powerful new hybrid models that really give us the best of both worlds.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to end on. When your car radio is getting a signal that was born in a data center, shipped over the internet, and can deliver rich, interactive data right to your dashboard, is it still just radio? Or are we actually getting a first look at a future where all media just flows seamlessly between the airwaves and the cloud? Something to think about.